fastest way to make a behavior change is to hang out with people that are positive, that are cheering for you, that are up to cool stuff.
We don't change the people we hang out with because we're afraid.
So the point is, ignore the negativity and focus on the positivity.
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You've got Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Mel Robbins. Also, if you want to have more confidence, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
If you didn't give a shit what anybody else thought, what's the thing you would love to be doing with your life?
You might want to get honest with yourself. Like, instead of doing this, I want to be a millionaire, I want to do this. Do you really? Because you can make it happen. You actually can. Look at all the idiots that are making money. You can make money.
In order to get to the next level in your business, you got to decide right now, what habits do you have as a leader that you have to change now? The most important thing, hang out with people that cheer for you. This is so important. I can't say this enough. Behavior is contagious. They have proven this. Google the Framingham study. It was a really famous heart study that was done where they looked at human behavior over what's called a longitudinal study, which basically means they studied people for a number of years. And they found that you catch the behavior of other people. If you hang out with smokers over time, your objection to smoking lowers because you're hanging out with smokers and you become socialized to it, and you are more likely to smoke. If you hang out with happier people, if you hang out with people that are more successful than you, if you hang out with people that run all the time, guess what happens? You become socialized to those positive behaviors. The fastest way to make a behavior change is to hang out with people that are positive, that are cheering for you, that are up to cool stuff, that are so busy and engaged in their life, they don't have time for passive aggressive because they're busy building something and being appreciative. And that's who you should hang out with.
We don't change the people we hang out with because we're afraid. We're afraid that we're not going to find new people. We're afraid that we don't know where to find new people. We're afraid that we're going to get rejected and judged by these new people. We're afraid that if we lose the people who are hanging around us right now, that we'll have nobody, that we're starting over from scratch and we don't know what to do. And it's better to be with people who are just okay than to be lonely and be by ourselves. That's the problem. You're just afraid. But here's the thing. If you don't change it, if you don't change your circle, you're never going to grow. Chances are right now you are the most ambitious person that you know. You're the most ambitious person, the happiest person, the most positive person, the most optimistic, the most ambitious, the most loving, caring, big dreams person in your circle. Chances are that's you. And that's amazing. That's an amazing gift that you can give other people. You can pull other people up and you can support them and cheer them on. But who's doing that for you? Who's pulling you up? Who do you hang out with who makes you feel like you need to get better? Who's pulling you into a different world? Who says, hey, you can be more positive. You can play a bigger game. You need to believe in yourself more. Who does that for you? Chances are nobody. That's the problem. That's also maybe why you're watching these videos. It's why I make these videos on my channels, because I want to try to be that person for people. I want people to believe in themselves more, and content is definitely a way to do it. This is the starting point. But you have to decide that you're ready to play a bigger game. And that comes with making changes in your life. And that comes with taking some people out of your life. Now, doesn't mean you cut them out completely. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You know, if your mom is always the one being negative and telling you that you suck or questioning you on things, maybe you don't want to cut her out of your life. But just because you were friends with somebody in high school or kindergarten doesn't mean that you should still be friends now. A lot of us are in these relationships out of convenience. Just because it's how it's been. You've always been friends with this person, so you must stay friends with this person. It doesn't mean you have to become mortal enemies, but you're going to outgrow people. Think about how much you've grown in the past 10 years, 20 years. Think about me. I'm turning 40 in May. So, 20 years since university, the people who I was with in university and in 30 years since school, man, how much have I grown in the past 30 years? How much have you grown in the past 20 years? How much have the people around you grown? Probably not that much. And so if you keep growing, and they're just kind of staying where they are, you slowly lose things to be able to talk about and connect over. And so you might pull them up a little bit, but you can only pull them up to the extent that you've grown. And they're likely pulling you down in a lot of areas. And so you have to do an audit. My recommendation is you do an audit. You do an audit on your life. You do an audit on the people around you. Think about who you hang out with the most. Start with the people. Like, who are you hanging out with the most? Your friends, your family, people in your social circle, people at work. Who are you hanging out with the most? And who actually gives you energy? Do an audit. Who gives you energy? And if they're giving you energy, you want to spend more time with them. You want to try to spend more time with them. And if they're sucking your energy dry every time, if you're leaving conversations with people feeling depleted, negative, pessimistic, man, you really need to spend less time with that person or just shut them out of your life completely. Because you living around negative, pessimistic people is not going to let you go off and build something amazing, right? Now, where you started from doesn't have to be where you end up. A lot of your heroes, they've gone off and done amazing things coming from really terrible backgrounds. But they decided that they wanted to change. They decided that they wanted out. They decided that they were going to make a dramatic shift in their life, which is what you're ready for right now. You're ready to make a dramatic shift in your life with the people that you're hanging out with. If you want to grow, if you want to accomplish your big, bold, bad, amazing dreams. So step one is you audit the people in your life. And then step two is you audit the consumption of things in your life. How much time are you spending reading books, watching videos, listening to podcasts that build you up, that make you feel amazing, that make you feel like things are possible, as opposed to just entertainment? Shifting the amount of content that you consume from entertainment to education will change your life. Shifting from just coming home, hating your life, watching 5 hours of Netflix, and moving to a spot where I'm going to invest in myself even a little bit every single day and learn. Shifting to that makes a dramatic improvement. Whoever you want to model, whoever you want to learn from, chances are there's videos on them. Chances are I've probably made a video on them. Go watch it. Go learn from them. You may never meet Mel Robbins, but you can learn from her. You can learn from her videos. You may never meet me, but you can learn from me and learn from my videos. And same thing for any of the mentors that you look up to. You can learn from them. There's videos, there's interviews, there's books, there's podcasts, there's lots of content. There's never been more opportunity to learn from your heroes. It used to be really walled off. It used to be only some select books, and hopefully they got an interview in some big newspaper, but most of your heroes were kind of walled off and you never heard from them. Now it's changed. There's no excuse why you can't get the knowledge that you need to learn. And then third, I'd really evaluate the groups that you're spending time in. I've just launched a new group called the Movement Makers, and we can link that up down below if you guys want to check it out, where I'm creating a private Facebook group for people who want to build a movement. Like, I'm going to be in there coaching and teaching twice a month, 90 minutes, helping people on certain topics and training. And then you also get to connect with other people who are trying to launch a movement. Like, when you're around other, even if they're not in your same town, when you're around other people who are trying to do similar things as you, who are ambitious, who are encouraging, who are positive, who make you feel amazing, everything changes. Suddenly you're not there trying to hold everybody together, right? Like, you're the glue trying to hold everybody's dreams together. You're fighting not just for your dream, but everybody around you, trying to make them build up, right? That becomes exhausting. When you're around other people who also have big, ambitious, crazy dreams, who are the weird ducks in their families as well, in their circles, and you're all encouraging each other and supporting each other, man, that's when you create amazing things. So whether it's my movement program, whether it's somebody else's mastermind, whether it's an event you can go to, whether it's a local meetup in your city, it's time for you to reach out. It's time for you to start spending time with people who are doing amazing things. Another year can't go by where you're still with the same circle. You're ready to grow. You're ready to grow. You have to spend today. You have to spend this week. You have to spend this month investing into yourself, not just knowledge like these videos, but actually reaching out, actually trying to join some kind of group, actually trying to find a new circle. Because yes, it's scary. Yes, you might be afraid. Yes, you might get rejected. Yes, you may not find the first group amazing right off the bat. That's okay. Continue to reach out. Because if you stay where you are and stay with the people that you're hanging out with, you're just going to get tiny growth year over year over year. And you know you're capable of more. And I know you're capable of more. And I want to see you rise up. Let's get it. Now, I've got a bonus video that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, question of the day, I want to know, what is one group, what is one event what is one activity that you're going to immediately after this video start researching, start looking up to help you surround yourself with more positive, energetic, amazing people? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you're still here watching, I want to celebrate you. If you're willing to take action after watching this video, give me a hashtag believe down in the comments as well.
I see a lot of questions here around dealing with a negative team or dealing with a team where we feel people may not have the right intentions or the right motives. How do people work with that? The viewers are asking.
It happens. And the answer is don't worry about it. Like, we can't obsess about the ones that are doing something wrong. We obsess about the ones that are doing something right. Instead of criticizing the ones that are negative, we want to build up and compliment the ones that are positive. Because when that's the reward structure, which is finding and identifying and rewarding good, then everybody wants to be rewarded and recognized, and so eventually the behavior comes in, as opposed to criticizing wrong. Nobody wants to be criticized, and all it does is it makes people back away and afraid. So the point is, ignore the negativity and focus on the positivity and start obsessing about the people that are doing something right. I learned this lesson the hard way. I wrote a blog, and we had somebody write in with a very aggressive sort of note to me and sort of saying I'm a hypocrite and all of this stuff. And my team got together and we discussed our response, and somebody wrote back, and he wrote back a very nasty response back, and we thought, okay, how do we react to this? And I eventually got on the phone with him and tried to talk with him, and I talked him off the shelf and talked him off the, it was okay. And about 6 months later, I wrote another blog, and he wrote another, and we got together, and it occurred to us, we were spending all of this time with one negative person. Yeah. And we were ignoring all of the people who wrote in compliments and were supporting our work. And so we literally made a decision that day that when we got results like that, we wouldn't care. And that if we were going to invest any time of our people, it was going to be to say thank you to the people who were helping us and helping compliment us and helping advance the message. And so I personally don't respond to those at all anymore, ever, but I regularly call people up to say thank you for helping advance the cause. And it feels nicer. And there's time better spent, and we're not wasting time anyway. So yeah, focus on the positive.
If you want to know how Mel Robbins goes step by step to achieve her goals, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
In order to make it stick, go brick by brick.